So again, as mentioned earlier, Yersinia, yun yung nag-cause ng bubonic plague, no? Pero dala-dala sila ng mga rats, kaya kumalat yung disease. Dala-dala sila ng mga rats from cities to cities. So this is what caused the bubonic plague or the Black Death. I mean, millions, imagine 50 million people died. So you can have other species that can cause diarrhea, but you concentrate on the genus name. Okay, Vibria. So again, it inhabits seawater. It may produce toxin that can cause super secretion of water and electrolytes in the gastrointestinal tract. And some species may cause serious wound infection. So may mga seafood na pag nasira siya, may toxin na super super lala yung effects sa food poisoning, no? So pag may mga seafood na nasira na, yun, mataas na yung concentration ng toxins na nagawa ng bacteria. So it's important to make sure your food is, if you're going to eat, for example, yung galing sa restaurant, lagay nyo agad sa ref. Otherwise, lalo yung mga seafood na hindi lang naman seafood, no? Any food na na merong na contaminated with bacteria, that can cause food poisoning. Delikado talaga. Okay, Delta Proteobacteria. So this is a small class of gram-negative Proteobacteria. So you have sulfate-reducing bacteria or SRB. So they use sulfate as the final electron acceptor in the electron transport chain. So gumagamit ng sulfate. So you have Delovibrio, so considered a predatory bacterium. Delovibrio, so this invades the cell of other gram-negative bacteria. So it will position itself in the periplasm. So nasa gitna siya ng inner membrane at saka yung cell wall. And it will feed on the host cell's proteins and polysaccharides. So Mixobacteria, it lives in the soil. It scavenge inorganic compounds. So they can form multicellular macroscopic fruiting bodies. So they also form metabolically inactive mixospores. So yeah, this is the fruiting body, and you form sporangium containing mixospores. So ito yung mga genus under that class. So Delovibrio, it is motile, so it's parasitic and infects other bacteria. So it's an obligate aerobe. Another genus, the Desulfobrio. So this reduces sulfur. It can be used for removal of toxic and radioactive waste. So ginagamit yung ibang organisms for this purpose, for cleaning up toxic waste. You have also Mixobacterium. So this lives in soil. It can move by gliding and used as a model organism for studies of intercellular communication. Hello? Rinig ba ako, guys? May questions ba? Rinig ba ako? Mic test?
Yes po,
Yes po,
Rene.
sir.
Yes po, sir. Yes po.
Okay. Epsilon Proteobacteria, the smallest class of Proteobacteria. So here you have micro aerophilic. So ibig sabihin konti lang kailangan ng oxygen. You have here Campylobacter. So this is a human pathogen that causes food poisoning. So see, jejuni is common in contaminated poultry products. Helicobacter. So this contains helical flagellated bacterium H. pylori. So actually, it's part of the normal flora. So it's part of the stomach's microbiota. However, it is also the common cause of chronic gastritis and ulcers of the stomach and duodenum. Okay, so that's Helicobacter that can lead to ulcers and stomach cancer. So Campylobacter, it infects chicken. So pag undercooked meat, no, wag naman kayo mag-sushi. Meron sa video sa YouTube na nag-aano ng chicken na hindi luto. So yan yung kalaban mo. It causes severe enteritis. So iluto nyo mabuti ang meat nyo, ha. Wag nyong wag nyong gawing sushi. Helicobacter, so this can damage the inner lining of the stomach. Aba, bakit ito may sinama? So it causes chronic gastritis, peptic ulcers. Teka lang, tanggalin ko nga. Bakit sinama tong caption? Okay, peptic ulcers and stomach cancers. Let's move on. Okay. Gram negative, so all of these are gram negative, no? So pero meron ka pa ring gram negative na non-proteobacteria. So that includes chlamydia and spirochetes. You have also CFB, so cytophaga, fusobacterium, and bacteroids. And you have also planktomycetes. So again, yung chlamydia, it's an STD. It can enter to host cells. We already mentioned that. You have also spirochetes. You observe that in a dark field fluorescent microscope. They're difficult or even impossible to culture. So highly motile, so they're able to move around. So they use their eggshell filament to propel themselves. So it wraps around the cells and runs inside the cell body of a spirochete in the periplastic space between the outer membrane and the plasma membrane. Okay? So, mabilis yung movement nito. Okay, so that's the shape of spirochetes. So this includes human pathogens, treponema pallidum. So this is the causative agent of syphilis. You have also Borrelia. You can have B. Burgdorferi. So this causes Lyme disease. So this is transmitted by ticks. Sa CFB group, they're classified together because they share similarities in the sequence of nucleotides in their DNA. So these are rod-shaped bacteria. They live in environments with less air, and they are avid fermenters. So under CFB, you have cytophaga. So they're motile aquatic bacteria that glide. So mabilis lang gumalaw. Fusobacteria, they inhabit the human mouth. They may cause severe infectious diseases. And then under the CFB group, you have bacteroides. So you have lots of them in the human large intestine. So they're mostly mutualistic. They benefit from the nutrients found in the gut, and they benefit from them. They prevent pathogens from colonizing the large intestine. Okay, so only a few are pathogenic. So up to 30% are make up our large intestines. 30% yan ng population ng normal flora sa intestines. Okay, planktomycetes. These are found in aquatic environment inhabiting freshwater, saltwater, and brackish water. So they produce by budding. So one maternal cell splits into two equal daughter cells in the process of binary fission. Okay? Yung nag-ano siya, hindi siya yung normal na binary. Uh, yung usual na nag-split apart, pwede siyang ano pwedeng mag-form yung isang cell partly, no? May unlike na pag binary fission, equal lang yung distribution ng pag-split, no? Pag budding, pwedeng mas konti yung material na nandun. So mother cells form a bud that detaches from the mother cell and lives as an independent cell. So, ayun, to differentiate from binary fission, okay? So, may small part ng cell na mag-form, eventually it will form into a developed cell. Unlike in binary fission, yung isang malaking cell divided equally into two parts. So pag sinabi mong sessile, it's not moving, no? Sessile planktomycetes have a holdfast that allows them to adhere to surfaces in aquatic environment. So di siya gumagalaw. So you have also some species that are swarmers. So they are moving and they lack holdfast. So dun sa left picture, yan yung example ng mga sessile na planktomycetes. And on the right is an example of a swarmer or able to move around. So it's motile. Okay, so to summarize, yung chlamydia, so it can cause chlamydia, trachoma, and pneumonia. So obligatory intracellular bacteria, as explained yung life cycle, pupasok siya sa loob ng epithelial cell. Bacteroides, so these are the obligate anaerobic bacteria. They're abundant in the human intestine. So usually mutualistic. Cytophaga, so these are motile by gliding and live in soil or water. They decompose cellulose and may cause disease in fish. Fusobacterium, so you have anaerobic It can form biofilms. Some species cause disease in humans like ulcers or periodontitis. Leptospira, so familiar name, no? Pag flood, pag marami, pag mga, usually yung rats, tapos umiihi siya ng ganito, no? So, pwede siyang, yung bacteria mabubuhay sa rodents. So, it's aerobic, abundant in shallow water reservoirs. So, an example nga, yung pag flood waters, pag still water siya, lalakad ka sa flood, pwedeng pumasok yung bacteria through your mga sugat-sugat, no? Kaya delikado maglakad sa flood, especially yung yung tumagal na flood. Siguro okay lang yung fresh na, yung kababaha lang, nagkaroon ng biglang buhos na ulan. Okay lang yan. Pwede naman yan. Pero kung stagnant na, ilang days na may flood, yan na yung delikado. Kasi yung fresh na buhos na ulan, malinis pa yan eh. Pero yung pag tumagal na, yun na yung delikado. So, yun, Leptospira. So, this is aerobic, abundant in shallow water reservoirs. So, it infects rodents and domestic animals. Can be transmitted to humans by infected animal urine and may cause severe disease. So, yun nga. Ito yung pag once magka leptospirosis ka, mahirap to gamutin. Okay? So, the best way is prevention. So, floodwaters, at saka yung kahit yung mga canned goods mo, no, linisin nyo bago nyo buksan ng can opener. Importante yung punasan yung mga delata nyo bago nyo buksan. Okay, Borrelia. So these are the ones that cause Lyme disease and can cause relapsing fever. Treponema, so they are motile and do not grow in culture. So ito yung mga different species niya. Okay, let's talk about phototrophic bacteria. So they use the sunlight to produce energy. So this is a large and diverse group that use solar energy as their primary source of energy to create ATP. Okay, some can produce oxygen. This is oxygenic photosynthesis. Others do not produce oxygen. So let's look at them. So one large group includes purple or green bacteria. So ito yung mga first na mga organisms na nag-help create ng oxygen environment sa Earth. So you have bacteriochlorophylls. So they're similar to chlorophylls in plant, pero hindi ganun ka, hindi the same, pero similar lang. Carotenoids, so they have varying amounts of red or orange pigment molecules. So it's classified into sulfur bacteria and non-sulfur bacteria. Okay, so yan, purple and green sulfur bacteria, they have bacteriochlorophylls to perform photosynthesis. For purple sulfur bacteria, they oxidize hydrogen sulfide into elemental sulfur and sulfuric acid. They use carbon dioxide as their only source of carbon. So that includes chromatium. You have also green sulfur bacteria. You use sulfide for oxidation and produce large amount of green bacteriochlorophyll. So that includes chlorobium. Purple non-sulfur bacteria. So it uses hydrogen rather than hydrogen sulfide for oxidation. These are facultative anaerobes. So they can trap nitrogen into compounds. So it can be able to fix nitrogen. So this includes rhodospirillum. You have also green non-sulfur bacteria. So they are similar to green sulfur bacteria, but what they have are instead of sulfides, you have other substrates for oxidation. So without oxygen, uh, they use organic sulfides or molecular hydrogens as electron donors. So it includes chloroflexus. Okay, next is Cyanobacteria. These are the first species nga na nag-produce ng oxygen to make the atmosphere that we have now, no? So large colonies of Cyanobacteria. Actually, yung mga unang, if we can divide the history of the planet into 24 hours, most of it is hindi mga dinosaurs yung mga majority na nabuhay sa lifespan ng Earth. Actually, it is bacteria, no? So ito yung mga unang bacteria na nag-make ng oxygen to make our atmosphere 30% oxygen, around, yeah, around the 29% oxygen. So species of this group performs oxygenic photosynthesis using chlorophyll A. So you produce a large amount of gaseous oxygen. So it can thrive in all habitats. So even freshwater, even marine. So they can live also in soil and even in rocks. They can also trap the nitrogen. So you can convert the oxygen in air, convert that to nutrients that other bacteria and plants can use. So usually nitrites and nitrates. Okay? Yan. So blue-green bacteria, cyanobacteria. So remember that. One of the first organisms to produce oxygen for the Earth's atmosphere. So chlorobi and green sulfur bacteria, chlorophyll, green non-sulfur bacteria, alpha proteobacteria. You have, ah, sorry, ito pala yung mga ibang phylum. So it's under proteobacteria. May mga may mga phototrophic bacteria ka sa proteobacteria. This includes Rhodospirillum, Cyclus, and Chromatium. Okay. Kaya pa ba? Nahihirapan ako magsalita. Ilan pa bang slides to? Okay, I'll just end it here. Yung the rest of the lectures, i-upload ko na lang. Okay?